FM HD4. You can also catch us on TuneIn Radio. That's an app you can download and catch Nooga Radio anywhere, anytime. We're on Shoutcast. We're live streaming on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. And we are also live streaming on Facebook. Thanks for joining us on Facebook. And I am Cindy, and it is Cindy's Choice to make a positive impact in our community. And I do that through cultivating community collaboration. I have guests with me today where we are talking about collaboration within the homeless specter. And there's a lot of collaborating going on in that community because it takes a lot more than a handout to help homeless people. It's a major transition, and it does take a community to help people to get back on their feet. And again, like we talked about in the first half of the show, it's not just about helping a homeless person. It is about helping our community. If we don't help the homeless, the population of homeless are going to grow. And that's not the Chattanooga way, folks. Chattanooga is known for community collaboration. And what I love about Chattanooga, coming from Houston, Texas, and Dallas, Texas, where you hear about 6 degrees of separation, not here in Chattanooga. It's like 2. So it's we're a close-knit great group here, and I think we're a shining example for the country on community collaboration. And this is an area I want to focus in and really make a difference. And I have a great person, 2 great people joining me to talk about that. And Mary Ellen Galloway is back with Family Promise of Greater Chattanooga. For the first half of the show, we were talking about a lot what their services offer. Hi, Mary Ellen. Thanks for hanging and staying to talk more about Family Promise. But we talked about an event that Joe has coming up with the Johnson Mental Health Center, and we're gonna have him step back on and remind us about that. But I want to hear about your event. What have y'all got going on at Family Promise Greater Chattanooga?
Sure. So this is our second year of Princess and the Pancakes. It's October 28th. It's at 2 Aquarium Way, and where that is really to the side of the aquarium and behind Puckett's restaurant. So this is a fun event. I remember last year, all these young ladies are dressed up as princesses, and we have the real princesses present, and we have a delicious breakfast and all kinds of activities, hair doing, makeup, nails, activities, goodie bags, just a fun-filled morning for princesses and their families. All of the information we have about this in terms of the ticket sales and all of that is on our website, Chattanooga, familypromisechattanooga.com. And so if anybody wants to go and look all the information up in terms of ticket prices, there's a bunch of different options in terms of ticket prices. So
now, have y'all had this event before?
This is our second year. And however, last year was at a different location. This year is a much larger venue, so we're going to be able to have more people there. Last year we had 300. So
wow,
we did.
For a first,
we
that's awesome.
Well, we actually had to turn some folks away. Felt terrible about it, but the fire marshal wasn't going to have any more than 300 people in that location. So we have more square footage this year. So please come out, and grandmas and nieces and moms and little girls, and I guarantee you, you will have fun. You will have a fun morning.
Oh, this is making me miss my little girl, because we were always looking she's in Houston, and she's the big girl now, and we were always looking for opportunities like this or her birthday party themes, because it's part of being a girl, and to be princess for a day is a lot of fun. And my daughter actually had surgeries at the the Shriners Hospital.
Sure.
And that's a lot that I help them gather the little girls in the lobby, and we dress them as princesses, and when you're going through a hard time like that, you need to be reminded that you are a princess. Absolutely. Regardless of your circumstances.
Yes, absolutely. And it's just so cute to see all the different princesses and how they're dressed and their outfits and everything. And then of course there's a photo booth, and the little girls can go ahead and have their pictures taken with the different princesses. So
Well, Mary
Really
Ellen,
exciting.
I'd love to have you back on before then and talk about that. I am developing some programming on our sister station, 101.1 FM, which is Love Radio. And Mary Ellen, and she's going to help connect me with other people in the homeless community that support and serve homeless people, so that we can give this topic a platform and help people get involved and help people have a better understanding of what homeless really is.
Right. I think that once people realize the face of homelessness looks like our faces, and the faces of our friends and family, I think that brings a whole nother level of awareness.
Well, you said something key when we were talking earlier about the only difference in you and the people that you help is that you have a network of support.
I do. I have a support system.
That's what I taught. The reason I ended up homeless, I did not have a healthy network. Now, I had a network, but it was people that wanted to help me for their own purposes, not truly to help me. And I didn't have a healthy network of support. And then when you lose your health, you're homeless.
You are.
So it's if you choose to leave that cycle of the unhealthy cycle. So there's just so much we can cover here. But thank you so much, Mary Ellen,
for having me. I enjoyed it.
I can't wait to have you back. I'm going to ask Joe to step back up here just for a minute. Joe, if you will raise the mic. I like having Joe on. He's not just taller than me, because I'm like taller than like most of my guests. He's way taller than me. But Joe Brackett is back with us, and he's with Johnson Mental Health Center. And this is a really cool event that's coming up. He's part that some of my favorite people with the Chattanooga Track Club are partnering with him to pull off this event. So remind us again, Joe, about the event that's coming up on the 7th. This is not on October 7th.
Right. So on October 7th, we are going to be having the Moccasin Bend Fall Classic 5K, 10K race. And this is a race that's been in connection with Johnson Mental Health for almost 35 years now. And we're going to be having that again on the campus of Moccasin Bend. And so come out and join us. You can register now on ChattanoogaTrackClub.org. And it's $15 for the 5K. And it's $17 for the 10K. So really low cost, no frills race. And we're going to be selling our Path Program T-shirts that you can buy for $15 for one. If you're buying more than one, then they're $10 a piece. And
awesome.
We've got several of those that we'd love to see in other people's hands. And so come out and support us. We're going to have pumpkin spice coffee that's going to be donated.
And you know what? There's an event next Thursday night. I wish I had the information with me that I'm going to go to that is a fundraiser for Wild Trails. Okay. But the Chattanooga Track Club people and the Sorba people, which is the Southern Off-Road Mountain Biking Association or something like that, they're going to be there, and I'd love to support them. Since they're supporting you, it's like we all support each other. And I wish I had that information with me. I didn't think about it, but you need. I'll make sure you get it. Okay. So you can come next Thursday night, and I'm going to be making an announcement there because I'm creating a platform to help that outdoor culture as well. Because that's it's key to everything. Encouraging people to get outside and get active. The health is the root of this. If you can stay working and you can keep your health, you'll be okay. Of course. Yeah. There's a spiritual aspect that has to take place there too, sure. But that's where I'm trying to help in those two really centric areas that affected me, that put me out there. Yeah. But again, thank you so very much. I want to have you back. I want to create this new show, find some sponsorship to allow that platform for us to help people, help give the community a better understanding about homelessness. I'm doing this to get braver and braver about talking about it myself. I do not want to lose confidence of people or lose my credibility. I'm very involved in the community and supporting and helping however I can. And it's hard to be vulnerable. It just really is. But I'm going to do it. It's like I can do hard things. I face homelessness, for goodness sakes. I'm a hang glider pilot, for goodness sakes. But this is the hardest thing I've ever done because it does make people uncomfortable. But the radio's safe. You can tune in and you can listen about homelessness on the radio and learn a lot without being uncomfortable. Yeah. So that's what we're going to create.
Yeah, and I think it's so hard because it's so important.
Yes.
These are people's lives that are at stake.
See, I need that. I need that.
So I think there's a lot of good that can come from
Yes, and I just want to remind people that Joe actually, he gets out there in his minivan and really goes out and scopes the area for homeless people and like, deals with them directly and trying to help them find a connection and in a way to get to the help that they need.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much, Joe. I'll have you back really soon, but I'm going to invite Mr. Jim Vesper up here now because as I mentioned that health and being able to work are centric to helping people not be homeless. And, that's my story, is not having that healthy network of support. And then my health getting to a place that would not allow me to work left me pretty vulnerable, pretty helpless. So that's the two areas I want to help people, because if we can help people stay healthy and we can help them keep a job even when they have limitations, then we can help them not go homeless. And again, I want to remind the community, this just isn't about those people out there on the streets. There are tons of people. I was on the verge of homelessness. I call it homeless. I was couch surfing or living gypsy style for a while before I was actually on the streets. And this isn't just about those people. This is about our community and how if this population keeps growing, if we have more and more homeless people out there, it affects us all. This is a very, very important issue. It is hard to talk about, but it's very necessary to talk about. And I'm trying to allow a safe platform here to talk about it. Hey, Jim, thank you.
Hey, Cindy, good morning.
So glad to have you back. Jim's been hanging with me a lot, and I appreciate having him because I love what Jim's doing with an amazing product. And Jim can talk about it better than me, but I've already experienced the results of it. It helps key issues that have kept me down for years, and it's going to be able to allow me to make progress so much quicker than I'm able to do on my own with what I can do through supplements and exercise. So explain a little bit about the Beamer.
Okay. But before I do that, I want to segue back to something that you talked about. Most people have folks in their lives at some point that deal with challenges of a variety of types, family type, health type, career type, that could, in combination, create a situation that makes them homeless.
Right.
And I've known people. In fact, I had a person that I was talking to you about yesterday or this morning who went through a similar journey that you went through, and I was fortunate enough to be placed in her path at a time in her life where my wife and I could help her make her transition. Very competent person, very connected person, but when your core network is not there for you, your core support system is not there for you, you end up in certain circumstances being dependent on the goodwill of someone you don't know very well.
Well, and in my case, people that didn't have my best interest in mind.
Yes.
And that wasn't good.
And the part of the problem for this individual was that her health was in a very poor state. And she was constantly going to different doctors to diagnose her situation and then try to figure out what it is that they're going to need to be able to do to get her well again, and then find the resources to pay. Because if you don't have a job, then sometimes you lose your insurance because you can't pay your premiums. So this is a very under the radar but fairly common situation that I think most of us, the older that we get, we can have these kinds of stories and know these situations, and our hearts are there to help. And when we can have activities and events that support people who come into those circumstances, I think we all benefit as a community, and we know that for the grace of God, we could be in their shoes pretty easily. So that being said, keeping your health, being proactive about doing things that make your body have the resources that it needs to stay well and operate for you at full capacity is a big, big deal. And a large portion of my life has been spent encouraging people to do those things and clarifying what is effective, what is not effective, because all of us tend to get busy. We tend to overschedule ourselves. We have commitments to family, friends, colleagues, all types of things that we want to have in our lives to be productive people. And I know that without your health, you will not be as productive. And there's a scale. I mean, there's being not as productive as you could be. There's not being productive at all because you've got a major health challenge that you're fighting, or being completely in a position of dependence.
Right.
And prefer the to stay on the healthy side so that they don't slide down into a point where they are forced to feel like they're dependent on the largesse and goodwill of others. So for me, being able to be associated with a company and a product that provides the ability for the human body to have optimized circulation at the microcapillary level, to deliver the necessary amounts of oxygen into the bloodstream, to give the God-given immune system capabilities a chance to do their job, is really where this technology is phenomenal and has the ability to demonstrate its great success. And we have the clinical published studies on PubMed.gov for cross-reference, and we have 5 international patents that say, yes, your technology does these things and is unique, and we're going to give you an international patent to protect your technological assets there. And our collaboration with NASA and their scientists and engineers tells us that we've got something that's really, really impressive, and that they sought us out for this collaboration. So all that being said, we know what our technology will do. We know that as a Class 1 registered medical device with the FDA, what they say we are capable of doing, and we continue to talk and put ourselves out there with the appropriate registration, certification boards to make sure that they know what we will talk about with our potential clients about our technology.
Exactly. And I'm, when you first introduced this product to me, I went and talked to like some world-renowned surgeons, because of me being the role I am of, marketing. That's the whole premise of Cindy's Choice. Is if it's Cindy's Choice, it's a preferred vendor. It's a trusted vendor. And when it comes to medical devices, oh my gosh, the red flags just start waving like crazy to me, because we've heard so many promises. And that's that they pretty much said to me, if it's gone through the FDA process, then you can count on that. It's doing what it needs to do. But for me to personally experience it already, it is just amazing. And for me to have the understanding that I have to be able to be active daily with my condition in order to, because a lot of it is my circulation. There's a major circulation issue. The only way I've been able to remedy that is literally, be on my bike, walking trails and stuff hours a day. I haven't been able to do that this year, Jim. I'm starting a business, and for the first, I'm a starter. I've started lots of things and done well, but this is I'm starting something bigger than me. Get out there every day and do what it takes to take care of my health. And this is just amazing that, because who can do that? Who can get out there? There's a small percentage of people that find a way, but that for the majority of us, how do we fit that in once a week, and we need to. That's what the Nooga Radio Outdoors focused on, is helping people to connect and find ways to get involved in groups that'll help motivate them and make it easier for them to get outside and get active. It's not just about getting active. Outside is a part of the key issue with our health too. Mm-hmm. And it's oxygen is food. It's vital to our health and to our bodies. And I am just so ecstatic. And I told you there's no timing, no coincidence with the timing here, because my health does interfere with me being able to get something going. That's why I have to get something going bigger than me. Because if I don't, it's not just that drive and my purpose, but it's also a necessity. Because if it's all dependent on me, when I get sick, it all goes right away. And and to have something though that will keep, like no one ever knows I'm sick. No one ever knows, because I produce. Mm-hmm. Yet, look what I'll be able to do. If I'm at my optimum health level, and look at how many people I will be able to help, because that's what this is all about. There are so many people out there like me. They're on the verge of homelessness. They are very capable people. They can produce. They're very conscientious people, but they have limitations. They have circumstances that are getting in the way. And that is my purpose. That is my passion and my purpose. That's what Cindy's Choice is here to do. If I can help those people become entrepreneurs, get them to work, and then with bringing on this medical focus, a medical vertical within that, and help them with their health, we have covered two major centric things. And plus, it's all it's the collaboration, the networking. Relationship is the core of everything. It's like we talked about with Mary Ellen and with Joe. It's that network. So we're creating opportunities for work, helping people with limitations. We're giving them something to help them keep their health better so they can do that. And we're creating a network of support, a healthy network of support for them.
Absolutely, and that even ties to what we did this past weekend with the stair climb. I mean, we want to support folks who support others, like the first responders and the fire departments that put on that amazing event downtown.
I'm so glad that you brought that up. I had a note here because I wanted to be sure and bring that up. That was awesome. I went down to support the firefighters for the Chattanooga 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb last Sunday. Oh my gosh, what a powerful, emotional event. But Jim actually participated and walked how many?
112 stories.
112 stories. And I'm getting emotional, on behalf of one of those firefighters that did not get to complete that climb. 343 lost their lives, and it just gives me total God chills every time I talk about it. But I am on board to help promote this event all year. This is going to be huge next year. This is something we can't forget. We just can't forget. This was a devastation to our entire country, and we lost over 3,000 civilians, as well as these 343 first responders. And I just want to thank you, Jim. Thank you. It's like I want to participate next year. I'm not up to it this year, but next year I will be.
I would say you will be, absolutely.
Yes.
Without a doubt. Knowing your heart and knowing what's going to happen with you in the next year, I absolutely know you're going to be there. Probably live streaming yourself as you're climbing the stairs. There's a funny moment too that I have to mention, that one of the folks who were climbing brought their little dog with them, and this little dog climbed all 112 stories with everybody as we were there.
That's amazing.
That's like Mount Everest climbing for a little creature like that to be able to go up, because his legs were so
I've always
short.
had little dogs, and we were always very aware of that, like how much harder they have to work to keep up with us.
Yes.
So that was amazing to see. And there were some I actually got choked up interviewing some very young civilians that participated with their father, and it was very emotional. There's pictures of the fallen heroes lining the stairway as you walk up there. And I'm also creating a platform for heroes and helpers. I want to honor heroes and helpers because that's what gives us hope. Oh, the show just goes by way too quick, and I'm just so honored to have had Mary Ellen Galloway with Family Promise of Greater Chattanooga. You'll be hearing plenty from her on my platform, along with Joe Brackett of Johnson Mental Health Center, and Jim Vesper. As always, thank you so much for joining me and sharing such good information. And thank you, listener, for tuning in. That's a wrap.